Hey y'all, Jamie here. Proud 55-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off? Well, I was having a long talk with a friend of mine. Well, sort of a friend of mine. We didn't know each other that well, but we worked together. Her name was BJ. She was a lady about 35 to 40 years old, and she worked the fuel desk at the truck stop where I worked. Now, my ex husband was the cook, I was the waitress, she was the fuel desk lady. So, BJ and I are talking. This is after my landlord committed suicide in the truck stop parking lot. She shot herself in the chest in the truck stop parking lot. And it brought around a lot of conversations between a lot of us that worked there. And me and BJ were talking. And BJ said, Jamie, there's something I'd really like to ask you, but I'm kind of nervous to ask you because if I'm wrong. And I was like, okay, I'm freaking out. And I knew what it was. Come on, we all know what it was. And she asked, are you trans? And I was like, yeah. And she said, so am I. Now, y'all, I had been working there a couple of months at this point, 2, 3 months, probably three, no, maybe 3 or 4 months at this point. And I had no idea. Like, I really had no idea. I don't know if it might have partially been because she only had one arm. This lady only had one arm. She had a stump on the left side, and on her right side, she had a thumb and 2 fingers. So that was what she was working with. And yet, every day, her hair was done, her makeup was on. Not a lot of makeup, but not like me. But she had light makeup on, and her hair was fixed every day in a ponytail. And I don't know why. It never dawned on me. Like, it never dawned on me. She was very, very feminine looking. Like, she was passable. I know that word kind of stirs people up sometimes, but she was very passable, extremely passable. And when we got to talking, come to find out, BJ had been a New Orleans police officer. She had worked for the bomb squad when she was still a male. And she was working on a pipe bomb, disarming a pipe bomb, and it blew in her hands. And that's what happened to her hands. She lost one altogether, up to almost the elbow. It was almost to the elbow. And then the other side, like I said, she had a thumb and 2 fingers. And listen, she made the best of that situation, honey. She did not let it stop her or slow her down in any way, shape, or form. So BJ also, she would fix up old VCRs and stereos and things, and then she would turn around and sell them for a profit. So like Mickey and I bought a VCR from her and a stereo from her. Like, she was very cool. So Angel is still living with me and Mickey here. Okay, we're living at this truck stop, or by the truck stop, and Angel's still living with us, y'all. And while we're living there, I actually got a phone call. Okay, and I don't even know how they got my number, but it was from a producer from the Geraldo Rivera talk show. If any of y'all know that the 90s were like the era of the talk show, honey. That was the era of the talk show. Geraldo and Jerry Springer and Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake, and just the list went on and on and on. There were tons of talk shows in the 90s, okay? And a big topic of conversation was trans people, especially trans women. Never really saw trans men, but trans women. And so this producer calls me. I forget how they got my number, but they got my number from someone. And they start talking to me. They're doing a show. Now, y'all, something about Angel. Angel had AIDS at this time. Angel had AIDS. And, it was something that she was dealing with. She was taking the AZT. It was all about AZT in those days. So she was taking massive quantities of AZT. And that's one of the reasons she was staying with me and Mickey. Look, she was sick a lot. So, that was one of the reasons she was there. And the producers of the show were doing an episode on prostitutes with HIV. Yeah. And they wanted to know if we would be interested in going up to New York City to be on the Geraldo Rivera show. They wanted me to go on the show as Angel's caregiver, her best friend and caregiver, and Angel was going to be the prostitute with HIV, right? And so, yeah, they talked us into it, y'all. And they flew us to New York City. me and Angel's first time in New York, we thought, really, we did the show just to have the free trip. Neither one of us had ever been to New York City, and we wanted the free trip. We wanted to go have an adventure. So we agreed to do the show, you know. And we get there, and y'all, we go out to party the night before the taping of the show. Never been in New York City before, and we find a trans bar. We actually found one, and I believe it was called Dirty Sally's. Yes, it was called Dirty Sally's. And it was in Manhattan, you know. And so Angel and I are sitting in there, and cute guys, just really cute guys. And the girls are like walking past us and giving us, like, some of them are nodding and smiling, and then others are kind of giving us the look like, listen, trans girls, when they don't know each other, we circle each other like junkyard dogs, honey. If we don't know each other, we will circle each other like junkyard dogs, like we are ready to have it out. Just because we're staking our territory, we don't know each other, you know? It's like a pissing contest. So anyway, I ask, if you don't mind me asking, I noticed that there were no white girls in there. Like, it was all Latina girls and black girls, which didn't bother me, but I was just curious. So I asked this guy, where are all the white girls? He said, well, we get them in here occasionally, but they don't usually leave alive. And if y'all want to know what happened next after that statement, y'all know the routine, honey. Be here next time and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching, and I love you for the comments. Please repost this as much as you can. It helps me. Thanks, y'all. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.